Picture this. You're alone. Kitchen, 11 p.m. You heated up leftover pasta, poured yourself a glass of water, and now you're standing over the sink, scrolling your phone with one hand and eating with the other like a functional adult. The pasta is fine, nothing special. You're not even that hungry. You take a bite, you glance at a notification, you inhale at exactly the wrong moment, and the piece goes somewhere it was never supposed to go. You try to cough, nothing comes out. You try again, and there's just this awful, dry silence where the sound should be. Your throat is blocked. Completely. Your hand drops your phone without you deciding to drop it. You grab the counter. You open your mouth wide like that will help somehow. It doesn't. Your face is already going red. Your eyes are already starting to water. And somewhere in the back of your head, very quietly, a thought appears that you really don't want to finish. Oh, hey there! Here's something charming. The human brain starts dying in about 4 minutes without oxygen. 4. That's less time than it takes to microwave a potato, less time than most people spend deciding what to watch on Netflix. And your body, this beautifully over-engineered survival machine, will spend most of those 4 minutes doing everything wrong. Today we're talking about suffocation, what it actually feels like. Not the movie version where someone dramatically claws at their throat, the real version, which is, if anything, worse. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Suffocation isn't really about oxygen running out. It's about carbon dioxide building up. Your body doesn't have a sensor that goes, "Hey, oxygen's low." It has a sensor that screams, "CO2 is rising," and that sensor is catastrophically bad at staying calm about it. When you can't breathe, CO2 floods your bloodstream like a toxic tide coming in faster than it can go out. Your blood pH drops. Your brain reads this as a 5-alarm emergency, and it responds accordingly. Within 30 seconds of complete blockage, your blood oxygen drops below 90%. That sounds like a number. What it feels like is your body turning against you. Within 60 seconds, the CO2 spike is already triggering your autonomic nervous system into full panic mode. Heart rate exploding, muscles flooding with adrenaline, every single survival instinct firing at once. 3 to 5 minutes. Brain cells start dying permanently. Stage 1. The alarm. The moment the airway closes, your body knows before your brain does. Your diaphragm convulses, hard, trying to drag in air that isn't coming. It's not a gentle tug, it's like someone reaching through your ribcage and squeezing. Your heart rate jumps from 70 to 130 beats per minute in under 10 seconds. You're still thinking clearly. That's the worst part of stage 1. You know exactly what's happening. You know you need to cough or call for help or find someone, and your body simply will not cooperate. The panic hasn't taken over yet. It's right there at the door, knocking very loudly. Stage 2. The fight. Now panic takes over, completely. Your muscles are doing things you didn't tell them to do. Your hands are grabbing at your own throat because your brain has decided that maybe if you just apply enough pressure from the outside, which makes no sense, and somewhere you know this and you can't stop. Your legs might be moving, pacing, stumbling, pure adrenaline with nowhere to go. Your diaphragm is still convulsing, harder now, those involuntary spasms your body uses when it thinks you're drowning. Except you're in your kitchen, in socks,
next to a half-eaten bowl of pasta. The urge to breathe becomes the only thing in your world, stronger than pain, stronger than embarrassment, stronger than rational thought. People have broken their own ribs in this stage, trying to force their lungs to work through sheer desperation. Your vision is starting to change. Not darkness yet, just a kind of shimmer at the edges, a wrongness in the light. Stage 3. The bargain. Something shifts. The fighting slows, not because you decided to stop, but because you're running out of energy to fight with. This is where consciousness starts getting unreliable. Your thoughts become strange. Survivors describe this as a sudden, eerie calm. Not peace, not acceptance, but a kind of cognitive collapse where complex thought simply becomes impossible. You can't hold a full sentence in your head anymore. You might think of one person, one image, something completely random and irrelevant that your dying brain decided was important. Your body is still trying. The convulsions haven't stopped. But you're starting to leave the room in a way. Time does something weird here. Seconds feel like minutes. Minutes don't exist anymore. Stage 4. The exit. Your legs give. Not dramatically, you just kind of fold.
The floor comes up to meet you and you don't have the response time to break the fall properly. Your field of vision is collapsing inward from the edges, like someone is turning down the brightness on the whole world. Sounds go muffled, then strange, then distant, like you're hearing them from the bottom of a pool. The convulsions are still happening. Your body is still fighting. You stopped fighting a while ago. This is the last thing most people feel. Not pain, not fear, just a retreating. Everything going very far away, very fast. I can't breathe, and I know I can't, and I know how many seconds I probably have left, and knowing that is somehow the most terrifying thing. My throat feels like concrete.
I keep swallowing like that'll fix it. It doesn't fix it. The panic is physical. It's not a feeling. It's a current running through me, arms and legs shaking, hands that won't do what I want them to do. I'm trying to think, and I can hear myself trying to think, and the thoughts are breaking apart before I can finish them. I want to call out. I open my mouth and nothing. That's silence. That's the part I'll never... There's a moment where it stops being scary and starts being something else. Not calm. Something flatter than calm. I'm looking at the ceiling and I'm thinking about something I haven't thought about in years, and I don't know why, and I'm too tired to know why. The edges of my vision are soft now, soft and dark. I know this is it, and somehow that thought is already leaving me too. Choking kills roughly 5,000 people in the United States every year. That makes it the fourth leading cause of accidental death. Most victims are children under 4 and adults over 74, but a statistically inconvenient number of them are healthy adults who were just eating alone, which is a sentence I hope you're sitting with. The Heimlich maneuver, done correctly, works about 70 to 86% of the time. That means somewhere between 14 and 30% of the time it doesn't. That's not a reassuring number when you're the one who's dying. Here's the scale of this. More people die from choking every year than from house fires. You know not to play with matches. You probably have smoke detectors. How many of you actually know how to do the Heimlich on yourself? Thought so. Here's what suffocation actually is, stripped of everything. It's your body screaming in the only language it knows, while your mind watches from a window that keeps getting smaller. You don't get a dramatic last scene. You get pasta and a kitchen floor and 4 minutes that feel like forever and nothing. Practical advice. Learn self-administered abdominal thrusts. Right now. Before you finish watching this. You can find it in 30 seconds. You will absolutely not do it.
I've watched enough of you to know. But maybe one of you does. Hit subscribe. I'll be here. I'm always here. I've got nowhere else to be, and honestly, neither do most of my subjects by the time we meet. Don't eat alone with your phone out. You will anyway.